we have this show, and it is called Meet a Palestinian. And people in the world, especially in Pakistan, people love Palestinian people. But we have never met anybody because we cannot go to Israel. On our passport, it says you cannot go to Israel. Therefore, you cannot go to Palestine. So I started doing this recording video interview so that
Okay.
people of Pakistan can actually have a friend in Palestine, in Gaza, in Ramallah, wherever, and feel from heart to heart, like really know somebody. It's like having a brother or a pen pal or in old times in another country. And now today with Skype, WhatsApp, Facebook, we can actually talk once a month and say, hello, Habibi, everything okay? Can we help you? Something. So the show is called Meet a Palestinian, and today you are the star of the show, and I want to know where were you born, how many brothers, sister you have, do you study, what was your job. We don't talk about the problem in Palestine. We only talk about good things about Palestine. What good things about you. We don't talk about the problem. Everybody knows the problem, but nobody knows the good parts. So we want to know
Okay.
there must be good things also. You must be eating, sleeping, waking up every day. You're talking, internet is working. So I want to know, who are you?
Okay. First of all, my name is Akram. I was born in July 3rd, 1976. That means I'm 41 years old. I'm turning 42 next July. I was born in the Khan Yunis refugee camp, in the UN clinic in the camp. Sometime after June, I studied in my primary education, my mid school and high education in the same refugee camp. I studied English, majoring translation and interpretation in Al-Azhar University in Gaza in 1998. And then got married in 2000. I finished 2 years diploma in interpretation, and ever since I started working with international organizations, UN organizations, different news outlets, newspapers, magazines, doing the interpretation for the fields, visiting for the field delegations, visiting Gaza and writing articles about the situation in Gaza. I have now 3 children. One of them is 17 years old. The other one is 15 years old, and the third one is 12 years old. They are all boys. I worked in different places, including the one and only medical rehabilitation hospital in Gaza for some time around 9 years, between 2002 and 2010. I worked for Press TV as a news correspondent since 2008 and on. I did some consultancies with UN organizations on the training part. They were providing some capacity building for the people, diversity management, project cycle management, testimonies from the beneficiaries, assessing the impact of their projects, and I have always been doing that interpretation for them. I live in Gaza. However, I traveled to China. I traveled to South Africa. Most recently, I traveled to UK. I spent a month in the UK. That gave me an opportunity to be exposed to different cultures, to understand different people, and to think somehow in a different way. I believe that we are all Muslims, non-Muslims, white, black, Caucasian, every single person on earth share much more important and bright things than hatred and division. We have many things in common, and we can build upon those many different things to form one universal culture that is true understanding and coexistence and against aggression, injustice, and occupation. My life goes on like that. I have now regular work at Sawaad Association for Relief and Development. It's one of the leading organizations in the field of development and relief. They have been helping families in need. They have building their own projects. They have been supporting entrepreneurship also. And I have also been keeping that freelance work with the UN organizations and different organizations. That's it for now. I have 4 brothers and 2 sisters. My mother is around 72 years old. My father died in 1991. My brothers are all married, and so are my sisters. And we have been visiting and seeing each other. One of my sisters lives in Rafah area, which is in Gaza, but the other one lives in Jordan. So I was trying to visit her, but this issue of the siege and all that stuff have been preventing me from doing so. But I know that in the soon future I will be able to see her, because she visited Gaza 8 months ago. We met, the family reunited, we enjoyed the time, and we're waiting now for some other time that we would enjoy the reunion.
Brother, you have traveled a lot of places. You live in a very interesting place in the world. If you were the Prime Minister of Palestine, what are the 3 things you would do first week?
If I were the Prime Minister for Palestine, first thing I would do is to fight poverty. Fighting poverty can be brought about through the best use of the resources that we have. The resources are always available, but it is all about the way we would fetch them and the way we would use them for the best interest of the people and for the best interest of the nations. So I think what we are facing worldwide is not the problem of the scarcity of the resources, it's rather the greed of the different political regimes, groups of interest, and other leaders who are just greedy about their position and they are not worried about the people. As a Muslim, we have zakah system. Zakah is not just a small amount of money that you extend to a single person. Zakat is an institution and is a mechanism through which we might not eradicate poverty, but we, with that, can eradicate hunger. Because there is a difference between poverty and hunger. So sometimes you are poor, but the state supports you, gives you some social benefits, and then you continue your life. So it's the story of fighting the hunger, not fighting the poverty. So, and also by fighting the poverty, you're fighting hunger. So I would fight hunger. And I would also invest in education. Education can be both a leverage for better education and better life also. And I would introduce the culture of entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship can be applied at both levels, the micro and macro levels. The state can start some policies related to that, and the NGOs, the CBOs, civil society organization, community-based organizations can also have their policy about that, and also to have people with a mindset that would allow them to start small businesses that would pull them from poverty to productivity. I think those are the 3 things that I'd like to do and see happening in Palestine.
If you were the president of Israel, what are the 3 things you would do?
If I were the president of Israel, I would give the Palestinians their right to live in peace and dignity. That's number 1. Number two, I would free all the sacred and holy sites and allow unhindered worshipping for the believers from the three divine messages. And the third thing, I would give up the nuclear arena and allow peaceful living between. I would cancel Israel as a political entity, and I would allow the Jew to mix in the Palestinian and Arab community and live in peace without any tensions or conflicts.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. What is your message to the world? Any message you want to give to the world?
Well, my message to the world that we as humans have many more things that unite us than those other things that disunite us. And that we should look at every single thing from a humanitarian perspective, from a human perspective. We are all entitled to enjoy same equal rights, regardless our geographical zones, our culture, our religion or color. So I would ask the world to action that and to work harder towards achieving dignity and liberation for the people in Palestine.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Habibi. I am so glad. I hope that you will accept the new friends which who want to connect with you on Facebook, inshallah, and learn more from you and work with you and collaborate with you. My personal life goal is to make everybody have at least $500 a month in salary, in income. And
yes,
for this purpose, and that is for Pakistan. Now for Gaza, it could be $1,000, so that people have a good life, decent middle class life. I don't know how much money
in Gaza that would be around 350 to maybe 500 as well.
Yeah. So for this, I teach entrepreneurship, and I have a book. I'm sending you the book via WhatsApp. And it's
Excellent.
a course. It's a 7-minute video. Anybody who follows this video can start their own business. Anybody who follows the step, then I personally coach them if they want to, but they have to first follow the steps. And even I invest money if I think the idea is good, or I guide them that you can have another one. So that is something which I would like to extend my help towards people in your circle of friends. Second,
excellent.
Second, I believe that culture, we live in a global planet now, everybody is interconnected. So I have collected 5,000 interesting people from around the world. The per capita GDP on my Facebook of friend is, I would say, at least $500,000 a year is per person income if you collect the people. So if you have friends who make a lot of money, they can guide you also how to make a lot of money. But you cannot go to your friend and say, teach me. It's slowly, it's slow process. You will have to learn. So what I started to do is I tell people, if you will take my 500 Facebook friends and make them your friend, I will take my friend. You will have friends from everywhere, and interview 10 of them like this for 15 minutes faqat. I will give you a free laptop. If you do for 1,000 people and 50 interviews, I will give you a smartphone. And if you do for 1,500 people and another 50 interview, I will give you money to invest in your business. No problem. Tell me what you want. Because I believe that if you do this, your English becomes number one. You are able to communicate. 2, you are not radical as much, because now you have friends. You have friends who are Christian, Yahud, American, everyone. So you are exposed. You understand other person's point of view. And 3, you have the courage and the friends who will help you reach your goals faster, because they have done it already. They are interesting people, so they have already done it. So again, I would like to extend this to your circle of friends. So far in Gaza, I have given 4 laptops in the last 5 years. because people don't trust me. They think I am some kind of joker clown who is wanting something from them. And so far I haven't found people who can take from me. And it's the second thing. The third thing is I want to interview 50 people from Palestine. You are number 7. In 5 years,
Okay.
I cannot find 7 people to talk in English, and they're shy or they're hesitant about coming to video or something. So I don't know what's the problem, but maybe you can talk with them, and if somebody wants to give interview, I will be happy. I also I want to hire a freelancer who can take interview for me from people of Palestine. It can be in Arabic, it can be in English, no problem. But it has to be 15 minutes of conversation, non-political, non-religious conversation, to know the person, human being. And I pay around $10 per 15 minutes of interview. So if you know somebody who can do this, I will be happy to pay also for this.
Inshallah.
And number 5, I would like to come to Gaza if my brother is coming, the other gentleman. And I don't know how to come, to be honest. I have invitation before from Israel. I did not go. But I don't know. I think there is no visa required for Pakistanis to come to Israel, which means that I can go to Jerusalem, which means that the Imam of the Masjid al-Aqsa is my friend. I can meet him. But the problem is my passport say I cannot travel to Israel. So I don't know what my government will do if I go and say hi, I'm here. I don't want to cause problem for my own country and for anybody.
I think the Israeli government would welcome you, because they think a Pakistani is visiting Israel is an achievement to them, because they want you people to visit Israel. So I think that would cause you a great deal of a problem with your government. You're living in Pakistan now, right?
Yes.
Okay, that would cause a political problem, but I can still ask and find out what you can do. In your case, the best is to try to come through Egypt. Unfortunately, things are extremely complicated from the Egyptian side. So I have been trying to do something for Hasib, so let's try and see what we can do about that.
Okay, inshallah. I would like to document a way, because I believe in creating solutions. I'm an entrepreneur, so I want to solve this problem. And if 1,000 people can come from Pakistan, it will be good for your economy. It will be good for media. It will be good for exposure.
Of course.
A lot of people, brothers I know, want to marry people from Palestine, even, no problem. That is one way of giving citizenship to Pakistan. Otherwise,
Yes.
you cannot get citizenship. So a lot of my even my own brother is willing to marry somebody from Syria or from Palestine to at least help one person to come in. And that is the least, you people think it's for fun. Marriage is not fun. Everybody who's married knows that.
No, it's not fun.
Yes, so it's a responsibility, and I want to encourage other people to visit Palestine and Gaza, especially if there is no visa requirement. And there is a lot of Pakistanis are all kinds. There are poor Pakistanis, but there are also very rich Pakistanis who would love to travel and who want to help, but they don't know, and it's so complicated so I want to make a small book or document or video on how to get to Gaza, for example. Like I will send you video on how to start a business in 7 minutes. If I can teach that, I would love to teach how to get a visa to Palestine, or how to go to Gaza, and teach you in 5 minutes. That will allow more people to come, and more people who come is good friendship, is good for learning Arabic. We want to learn Arabic. If I was the Prime Minister of your country, the first thing I would do is teach everybody English, and because that will give a bigger voice, and they can live in your country and do nothing and work online. Second, education problem has been solved because edX, which is Harvard and MIT, gives free education of higher studies, absolutely Harvard and MIT degree for free to anybody who can study, but it's in English. And then Khan Academy is available, and YouTube is full of education, and you can get better education than any education institute in Palestine, because it's, these education institutes are very old, the knowledge is there, and it's all free. There is no cost to it. And then
that's very right.
And you are blessed with having internet available to you, which means that you guys can work online. I have another friend, you might have heard of her. Her name is Majid. She started a company called Green Cake, and she is now running a solar business in Palestine, in Gaza, and she's selling for $80 or $100 a kit, which you don't need electricity anymore. You install and you have power all the time. So, and then there is more need for people like Majid and others. Majid is 23 only, and I met her in Boston. So we need more role models like her to come forward and at least talk to each other
about their experiences.
I started a show to teach English on Facebook. So every day 7 p.m. there is a friend of ours from Washington DC who comes for 1 hour and talks and helps anybody who wants to learn English through Facebook for free. For the last 9 months it's happening. Every single day, it's never absent, and you have friends who want to join. You can join the show. It's on my page on Facebook, and it's also called Carla's Classroom. You can join and you can learn that. I have another friend, Amy Carrier, whose school is online, also on Facebook. It's called Amy Carrier's Classroom. She teaches entrepreneurship. She helps mentors, and there's a lot of teachers. Every day there is a class, and it's all free. So people who really want to change their life, they can change their life. They don't have to think that, oh, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. So we have to work on our mindset also, that yes, like for example me, I was born in a good family, rich family, but I was denied visa to the US 11 times. I was denied international visa 26 times. Even though I had a house in America, I have a business in America, I still couldn't go. So I was thinking, oh, there must be something wrong with me, this, that. But all that rejection made me into the person I am. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us some pain to make us strong. It's like doing exercise. When you're doing exercise, it's pain, it's hard work. But that makes you into a strong person.
Very true.
So I'm happy to be connected with you.
I'm happy too.
I would love to see your face on your Facebook, so that people can see it's not a fake ID, it's a real human being. There is a map right now, and there is a function on Facebook called follower function. I have 700,000 people who follow me. I would love for them to follow you also, so that more people can hear your voice, and your voice goes everywhere in the world rather than just in your little space.
Okay, excellent.
Anything you want to ask me, you're welcome.
Thanks a lot. What you have just said provided some very important details about what you do, what you aspire to achieve, the way you see people and the way you treat them. I think that's for now is very good. What I'll have to do is to try to make that image. The image that you saw in the Facebook is a bird, and in that bird there is the Palestinian flag. And it is rather an aspiration that Palestine would be uplifted and would be free.
That will happen when people
and
change.
As to the inshallah and also that the follower quality, I will have to activate it now inshallah after I finish with you. No problem.
Thank you so much. I feel very connected with you. It's love at first sight with you, mashallah. You are a good, open-hearted human being. I will be honest, I'm very disappointed with people in Gaza, especially because they're very scared of human beings. They shouldn't be scared, What will happen maximum? What will come? We will die.
Nothing.
What's the big problem? We shouldn't be scared of anyone, especially our own people. And once you let go of the fear, everything starts happening like magic. Inshallah ta'ala, everything will be fine.
بإذن الله.
Let's try to do what we can to make the world a better place.
إن شاء الله, no worry.
Thank
بإذن
you so
الله.
much, Habibi. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. عليكم السلام ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم. السلام.